And I got my homeboy Pete Frank with me. And we letting everybody know we got a dream. Yo, stay focused. Keep moving forward. It's on the way. Keep that dream alive. If you got a dream, don't look to the left, nor the right, let's go.
Your fate is in Jesus. Completion is here before you even begin. Dreaming big of my life in the future. Already knowing that it's not far. Having the passion to work towards Jesus. I'm gonna keep my faith and swagger going hard. Don't turn right. Just look straight. You don't have to fear no.
Hello, 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 everyone, and welcome to the Dr. Yolanda Jerry Show. I am your host, Yolanda, and look, I am truly excited about what we're going to be talking about tonight. My special guest is none other than Mr. Pastor Frank Henderson. That's what I said, and not just that, he is my bae. I don't care what y'all want to call him, but I'm going to tell you, he is my bae, and that is the man that keeps me covered 24 hours, 7 days a week, as long as he is breathing. So without further ado, again, please share this broadcast, like, tag, send it to someone in Messenger, send it to someone in a text, because tonight we are going to be talking about surviving long distance relationships. We're going to be sharing with you all our heart, the things that we've been learning throughout this whole entire relationship up to this point. And hopefully you'll be able to have some takeaways. And if you have questions too as well, you can ask us those questions and we'll try to answer them as open and as honestly as we can. So again, share this broadcast and invite some people in, and we will be right back.
Welcome to the Dr. Yolanda Jerry Show, where you will hear stories from people who have experienced hell on earth and have walked past hell to share their stories. You will also hear what they are doing now and how their businesses, nonprofits, and ministries were birthed from their past trauma. So let's empower the world, one story at a time. Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Yolanda Jerry.
Welcome back, everybody. And look, as you all are coming in, I want to give a shout out to a few people who are already tuning in and sharing it out. I want to say hello to my cousin, Patrice Goldberg out of Wisconsin. I want to say hello to Brenda Babs Young, Paula Shea Queen Farr, Christy Gilner, Valerie McKnight Brooks. Look, my people are coming in here. Y'all keep sharing, keep liking, keep tagging folks, because I told you, as I said, we're about to share some honesty. We're about to share some transparency, and we're just about to share our hearts with you all tonight. And hopefully, as I said, you all will be able to have something to take away, and you'll be able to have a conversation. You can drop your comments in the comment section, and we'll be sure to make sure that we acknowledge you and also try to answer any questions that you may have. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and bring on Mr. Pastor Frank Henderson, and I'm just going to let him introduce his own self.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy, Frank Henderson, man. Some people call me Frank. Some people call me Frank Nitty. Some people call me Reese. Some people call me P. Frank. Some people call me P. Fizzle. I've had every kind of name in the world, but it's an honor to be here hanging out with my lady, my girl, my queen, my heart. It's an honor to be here. I'm glad your guests didn't book the show tonight, and that you got a chance that we get together again and make it happen tonight, talking about something that we don't know everything about, but we know a little bit about. And it's just an honor to be here, and you're looking beautiful tonight, I might add, and I'm excited to talk to you, babe.
Well, thank you, Frank Nitty, Mr. Pastor Frank, Mr. P. Frank, P. Fizzle, whatever you call it.
They call me P. Fizzle, boy. I was like, I like that one.
I hear you.
Yeah,
Well, thank you so much for the compliment, and you look quite handsome yourself. But you look handsome every day, every day. So
I'm a beast. You the beast. I'm the beast. You the beauty.
oh, I got it.
Yeah,
That's what's up.
Yeah. You be the beauty. I'll be the beast.
I hear you. So look, today we are going to be talking about surviving long distance relationships. And I just wanted to come on here with you because, you know, I've had the question asked to me, how do y'all do it? You know, how do y'all do long distance relationships? How do y'all make it happen? You know, I couldn't do it. You know, I don't think I have the strength to do it. I'm scared to do it. You know, it's just so much room for all kinds of stuff to happen. And I know that, yes, I have been in a long distance relationship previously before, and it didn't pan out too well. You know, there's a whole lot of, you know, stuff going on, cheating going on, and all those types of things. But I did not turn my eye away from saying that I would not, just because of that past experience, that I wouldn't try it again, you know. And so, you know, being able to be in this long distance relationship with you and knowing that I don't even think about you cheating, I don't even think about infidelity when it comes to you, is powerful. And I think that's all because of the foundation that we have set and some of the things that we have implemented along the way to keep us in that space where we won't even think about it at all. So I'm going to turn it over to you. Why are you looking at me like that? I just gave the introduction. Don't be looking at me like that, giving me that look. See y'all, he's starting already with the shenanigans already. I'm turning it over to you. You have the same program that I have that I'm looking at, so I'm gonna let you start this off.
Yeah. Yeah, you know, a long distance relationship is I think it's a gift from God. I really do. I think it's a way that you can find a balance of maintaining your life and at the same time learning how to graft the person into your life at a good pace and kind of like a Polaroid. When you shake a Polaroid and it slowly develops, you have the space to let the relationship slowly develop instead of, you know, rushing all the way in so quick and being there every day and can't get away from each other and ain't nobody doing what they supposed to do. Ain't nobody focused at work. Ain't nobody focused with their kids. A long distance relationship, the fact that I'm in North Carolina and you're in Mississippi, I still got to get up, do everything I got to do, look out for my youngest son at the same time, my mother, and then you have your mother, your daughter, you know, and the things you do in your community, just like the things I do in this community. And so it gives us the space and the grace to really let it develop at God's pace. That's why I think it's a gift from God. I think the people that have issues with it are the people that really just want everything right now. They want everything right now. But if you just will slow down, pace it out, it'll be good, because I would rather be with someone long distance that I love than someone local that we ain't got no love between us.
Ooh, all right. Powerful.
Come on now.
I'm gonna give you a high five on that. I'm gonna give you a high five, give you some love. I have to agree with you on that. When it comes to what you just said, you know, being in love with someone long distance and knowing things are good, than being in the same house with somebody, and I'm just gonna say it, and you hate them. You know, there's no love there. You can have two people in the same house and they can hate each other guts, you know, but here it is, you know, we got this relationship. I'm gonna rephrase that, this partnership, where we're long distance and we're still able to maintain, you know, that love between us. And so with that, you know, what I want people to know is that I'm gonna put this disclaimer out there again. We are not relationship coaches. Right. We are not experts. We're just living out our partnership together with God as head, and we're learning things along the way too as well. You know, whenever we run into roadblocks, we stop and we just make sure that, okay, what is it going to take to either fix this, or we can come to, you know, an agreement to where we can continue to move forward. So I want to start with number one, which is trust.
Yeah.
You know, I believe trust is very imperative in a relationship, you know, and sometimes trust is hard, but you know, I always say trust a person until you see otherwise, until you see different. You know how people always say, well, a person is innocent until proven guilty. I believe in that same concept when it comes to a relationship. You should never go into a relationship not trusting someone. Then you should be with them. It's very important. And I would say that, you know, social media has made it to where relationships are so easy to be preyed upon, Prey, right? Where people can DM you or be in your inboxes. You know, they can sit there and they don't care. They can even see your status saying you married, you're engaged, you're in a relationship. But some of these men and women are so bold, they don't care. They gonna sit there and see if you catch the bait by going in the inbox. But that's just the way the world is today. You know, social media has made it so easy for people to come prey on other people's relationships. So that's why trust is so important when you're in a relationship, because when you deal with those attacks, you're already ready for those attacks. But I'm gonna turn it over to you. What do you say about when it comes to trust in a relationship? And, you know, not just in a long distance relationship, but as a relationship as a whole.
Yeah, in any relationship, you know, trust has to be one of the layers, one of the some of the flooring on the foundation of love. You gotta have trust. And one thing I will say about trust, and I pray this blesses somebody, but you can't have trust without truth. Truth is the catalyst and stimulus for trust. You know, and so if you don't walk in truth or reality, or you recognize what really can happen in the world, then it's hard for you to develop trust, because trust only comes in a relationship as that relationship is tested and tried. And the more it's tested, the more it's tried, the more trust you build. Like, for instance, I know beyond a shadow of doubt that you're in the Sept, you know, and I know there's people down there, guys down there, you know, there's all kind of people down there that want to get at you. You know what I mean?
Hey, I ain't gonna lie. Hey, I'm beautiful. What you expect? No.
Oh my goodness. Talk to him, baby. Talk to him. You know, but real talk is like, the truth for me in that situation is to recognize as a man that they see in you what I saw in you. So I can understand that. Like when Jesus was tempted in the wilderness, if he could not really make those stones bread, it was not a legit temptation. You feel me? So it's like, I don't walk around thinking that you don't have your tests, your trials, your temptations. Just like I have my tests, my trials, my temptations. But I do trust that you're going to handle that and do the right thing about what God is trying to do with us, what God is trying to do in us, for us, by us, and through us. And so I look at that. And so because I know that truth and you know that truth, we're not walking around with our eyes wide shut. We're walking around with our eyes wide open. And we can say, today, Father, let us walk in your rhythm. Let us be what we're supposed to be, doing what we're supposed to do. Help us to shake off, you know, like Jesus prayed, deliver us from evil. You know what I'm saying? Anything that would come to try to be a threat to what you're doing in us as a couple, we ask you to handle that for us. We put the blood of Christ. We put the shield of faith. We cover ourselves in your blood, and we cover ourselves in the love we have for one another and the faith and the trust we have in one another as well. So yeah, I definitely believe trust is imperative, but I think it's like you got all of this love, and then on top of that love, you got to lay some flooring, and you got to put some good pad in there. You got to put that hardwood or that nice Berber carpet on it. But that's the trust. You know what I'm saying? That's the trust.
Berber carpet. Okay, Frank.
Okay. Hey, look, I'm warming up. I'm doing right.
Well, you stick to your Berber carpet. Let me tell you about this trust thing. Yeah. Look, and I'm just gonna go ahead and just put it out there, because this is the things that, again, I do to reassure, even though I know I don't have to do this, because my man trusts me. But, you know, just like I was talking about the DMs and the inboxes and those different things, let me tell you something. I trust myself, and he trusts me to handle my business. And he doesn't ask me about had somebody try to reach out to you today. But if he did, I'll let him know. And as a matter of fact, I'm gonna show him where I done sat there and blocked the person, and I screenshot it and sent it to him. See, look, I handle my business. But again, that's just another layer of being able to reassure your partner that, hey, you know, I'm handling my business over here, and you know, hope that they are also handling their business. And I tell you right now, I don't worry about nobody being in Frank's inbox, because he'll end up telling me too. You know, that's just the type of partnership that we have. We are very honest and open with each other to the point to where we can make sure that we can have that kind of honest conversation. You know, that honest conversation. And again, so let me tell you something. If you're doing something, you know, in the dark, it will come to light. And you think plain screenshotting your conversations, you're thinking wrong, because when they get mad at you, they're going to use that as proof, just like they use it in the courtroom when they're going up against somebody in the court.
Receipts. They can pull out receipts on
That's it. That's it.
You see Brenda Bass talking about, child, I'm petted. I let my husband answer now.
Hey, ain't nothing wrong with that. Hey, do what you got to do. But that's,
you know, we guys and girls have to understand that we live on a planet with 7 billion people. There's going to be someone that's going to try what you have. There's going to be a test. You just have to pass your test. You don't want to pass your test. You got to pass your test. You know what I mean? So it just comes to that point. And if everybody's realistic about that, you can build trust and you can do some great things together.
That's true. So look, I'm going to go ahead and we're going to go to this video, because I got a video I want to show y'all. Okay. We talking about trust. Let me show you what trust looks like. So let me go and pull up this video for y'all real quick. Hold on. Here we go.
I'm ready. Let's get it. Get them hips. Get them hips in there. Stop playing. All them little hips. If you fall, I got you, boo.
Hey, okay.
Oh, I got all that on video.
Stop! You don't make me fall.
You ain't about to fall.
I still got it.
You got it, baby. Oh, look at you.
You better watch out before you get kicked.
I ain't gonna get kicked. I'm a long ways from you. You doing good.
You better move.
I don't think you're gonna go no high. You ain't gonna play.
You better move.
I ain't even worried about it.
I remember that day like right now, man. Just a beautiful day. You would get ready to leave and go back home. We stopped at the park by the airport and, you know, took some pictures. It's just a beautiful moment. We had a great time that day.
Well, look, just as I had it posted there, you know, of course, the video was something to get people to see what we do together. You know, we have fun, y'all. We ain't serious all the time. We ain't always churching.
Praying and hallelujah. Yeah, we ain't doing it all the time.
So, but there was a message in that video, and I just want to see if anybody caught that message. If you truly listen to what was going on in that video, there was a message in that video, and I want to know if you knew what that message was. Drop it in the chat. There was a message that was supposed to be heard, and if you know what that message was, drop it in the chat. I want to see if anybody caught that message. Look, everybody's talking about love it and sweet and love. They like the little video. Look at you.
Look at Christy. Christy's seen us be, you know, a little bit at odds with each other.
Oh yeah, Christy's been around, but she the one that talk about from that last video that we had posted on our page the other day. I'm booed up. I was like, Christy, I said, who I'm booed up with? She said, Pastor.
Yeah, I said I'll be trying to tell y'all, man, about that. But anyway.
Now look, there it is. Brenda got it. See, she paid attention. Look at that.
Yeah.
He said, I got you if you fall. That was a message. So knowing that was the message, I got you if you fall, you know, I'm not going to let you fall. What would you say is the meaning of that message when it comes to a partnership?
I think it's all about in a partnership, covering one another, making sure that everybody's all right. And especially as a man, you know, with his woman, you know, I ain't trying to be biblical on y'all right now, but there's a scripture that says if a guy wants to be a leader in the house of God, then he needs to be one that ruleth well his own house. And that ruleth well simply means it's not like he's trying to run and wreck shop over his wife and kids. It means he stands in front of them. He's pro histamine. He is in front of the family. He's saying, if anything try to come through here, it got to deal with me first. I'm gonna make sure that my family never falls. And that is what it's all about to me in the covering piece. I said, hey, I got you, boo. I'm not gonna let you fall. And that's what it's all about. See, not letting someone fall denotes you recognizing when they're about to.
Right.
You got to be in the truth about people. Like every day, my girl ain't going to be strong. Every day, she's not going to be on her P's and Q's. Just like every day, I'm not. You feel me? So it's like I had to watch her. I had to check her. I had to know what's going on in the sense of let me get a heartbeat. Let me get a pulse check on you. Make sure you're good. Certain times of the year, certain things going on, certain times of the month. Sometimes she have things going on. I got to make sure when I see it happening, I got to do what I got to do to make sure she's standing.
Right. I agree.
I'm glad, I'm glad you do.
Well, I know you got me, boo. You know, I want to go back and I want to put up this comment, you know, of course, so she really laughed and stuff, talk about that's my hubby. But Brenda made a point here, and it says you got to be able to lift each other up, basically, even in hard times. If I fall, he got me. If he fall, I got him. You got to hold each other up. And that's such a true statement. You know, if you're in a relationship and you ain't got each other's back, that relationship is doomed. You know, it's doomed to fail. You got to have each other's back, even when you don't want to have his back. And sometimes you don't want to be having your partner's back sometimes. But I'm still committed, right?
Sometimes you get on my nerves, but I got your back.
Look at Shira said, let's get that new puppy. That's right. Come on, Shira.
Come on. Look at him, boy, just spinning the kibbles and the bit.
Look at Shira. He said he was going to get that puppy for me. So believe me, I expect to see that puppy before Christmas.
Yeah, it's coming. I'm going to train it and everything. I'm going to train the puppy, everything.
Paula says, you're an example and give me hope. That's sweet.
That's
Look,
awesome.
I want to also say, for those of you that are just tuning in to the Dr. Yolanda Jerry Show, we are talking about surviving long distance relationships. I'm going to ask that you please share this out, invite somebody into the broadcast. You know, we just getting started, but we wanted to make sure that, you know, everybody has an opportunity to tune in. And if you miss some of it, you can always go back and catch the replay. And right now, I want to go into point number 2, which is treat the relationship like you are there. I'm going to say that again. Point number 2 in surviving long distance relationships is treat the relationship like you are there. So Frank, what does that mean?
To me, it's honoring space. It's honoring the space that you have in my life. It's me making room for you in my life. So it's like I gotta act like and carry myself just like you there. Like if you were physically in the same location with me, there were a lot of things I wouldn't just pop off and do. You know what I mean? A lot of places I wouldn't just pop off and go. So I always got to make sure I honor your space in my life and I think about it. Most people shoot first and ask questions last. But in a relationship, especially a long distance relationship, you got to think first. You got to be like, okay, I got to have this conversation. I got to make sure she understands what's going on. I got to make space or give room. A lot of times people are married or in relationships and they don't think about each other like that. It's just like, hey, I'm out. Hey, I'll holler at you. I'll see you when I get back, you know. And I think it's important. Like I understand how you honor my space. Like when you go places, you hit me up, had a video on, be like, hey, babe, we having a good time out here. And all of that. And I'll be like, whatever. You know? But
when we riding on my parade, at least I keep you informed now.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. So I think it's all about just honoring space with one another, acting like the person is literally there. You got to carry yourself that way.
That's good. Ashira says, as a military wife, I appreciate how my husband tried to always hold space for me, even when he was sleeping in a tent in freezing Poland or sleeping in the woods. That's powerful. You know what I mean? He was way over there and sleeping in tents, but he was still holding a space to make sure that he stayed connected to her. You
That's
know,
how it's done.
it is. And Brenda says, my husband is a truck driver. I always call before I do anything just to communicate and let him know what's going on.
Powerful.
Again, communication is so key. You know,
Mhm.
And just even for us, you know, I know I expressed to you, you know, how important it is for us to make sure that we speak in the morning, you know, say good morning to each other, make sure we pray in the morning, and then also do the same thing at night. Make sure we're talking before bed and make sure we're praying before bed. Now, I ain't gonna lie, y'all, it took him a little bit to jump on the horse. I even had to threaten him about what my daddy used to do. Be like, my daddy used to call me every morning. He used to pray with me, you know. So it's like I need him to fill in that gap, but not just, you know, because my daddy used to do it, but also because he's my partner. He's a first person I want to be able to talk to first thing in the morning before I start my workday, before I get into the thick of things, because sometimes our lives can be so busy and hectic. The next time we talk to him probably won't be until that night, depending on what's going on, even though we make the effort. And when I say talk, I mean on the phone. I'm not necessarily talking about sending each other text messages and, you know, inbox messages on Messenger throughout the day. We still stay connected that way. But sometimes the only time you hear that voice is in the morning and in the night. So that's what I mean by keeping a line of communication.
You didn't want to hear this bass in the morning. You want to hear this bass at night. You want me to be like, what's up, baby? What you doing? How you doing? Oh, Frank.
I can't lie with you. You make me sick. I do want to hear your voice. Who else's voice would I want to hear in the morning first? I mean, besides my daughter, you know, my daughter, she called me like clockwork. I mean, that girl, she called me too. So, you know, yeah, you want to make sure that you're holding that space, you know, and not only that, you know, also when making decisions, you know, just because when you're in a long distance relationship, you're still living as separate entities, right? You in one household, I'm in another. But still, if you're in a partnership or a relationship, I say partnership together, you still to make decisions based on, I wonder what my partner would think about this. You know, like if I decide to go buy a new car, I'm still going to be like, what you think about this car? You know, you think it's a good deal, it's a bad deal. Or if I decide to get something done to the house, this is not just my house, this is our house. This because we made this commitment, right? We made this commitment. So I'm not going to be like, I'm going to go spend money all the way over here. And then, you know, if you're thinking about each other and you're saying, hey, we got this future together, you know, if you're starting to think about merging things together, you really, really have to think about, you know, those type of decisions when making decisions, you know, for the both of you.
Yeah, because that's a big thing for me, you know, about going out and acquiring stuff, because I like work. So I had worked so hard just to be debt free. And so now, you know, I'm about to buy a new house, and, you know, I always buy my cars, you know, just like, hey, I'm just going to buy this. And so being in a relationship, you think about it, you're like, do you want to take on some debt? Do you want to take on different things like that? It to me is like, those are all the things you think about. And then just to meet you and to just see how prudent you are. I mean, just how wise you are, even about your finances. It makes me say, man, I've never been with a person like that on that level. And I'm like, man, I know, we're about to stack some paper with this girl, you know. So
I'm sorry. I mean, now you talk about how I am about finances. Let me tell y'all something. Y'all don't understand. I would sit there if my books ain't right. I'm gonna sit there. It could be a penny or 2 pennies off. I am gonna find that penny, and I ain't going to bed till I find that penny. Y'all better ask Frank, because look, he done said that he's like, it's just a penny. No, I don't care. A penny is still money. I'm gonna find that penny.
Yes, you're gonna find it. But I think it's just so important, you know, in your decision making, you want to make decisions that's going to lift the family. You know what I'm saying? It's not going to bring the family down, but lift the family. And I'm not saying if people got debt, you know, or whatever, that kind of thing. That's what it is. Like, I would rather be debt free than have tons of cash in the bank. I'd rather just have no debts that I owe people. And so when I do have cash, no one has a right to it.
Right.
You feel what I mean? So then if I want to do the things I do, then, you know, I do the things I do. So yeah.
Agreed. Look, Paula said she got me saving. You got that right. If I'm your mentor, you best believe and be like, what you doing? You put some money over there. Don't be going to the store every time you turn around trying to go and buy a new outfit, trying to keep up with the Joneses. You don't need that. You got clothes in your closet you ain't seen in 2-3 years. Pull something old out and make it look new again. Shoot.
That's right. That's right.
I'm just saying, it don't make no sense. None of that stuff is going with you. And then half the time you donating this stuff to the Salvation Army or the Goodwill after a couple of years anyway. Man, wear your clothes and recycle your stuff all over again.
Go on and eat off that channel. Stop playing.
Thank you, Shira. She said, going to my training. Love you guys. We love you too.
Peace.
Look, Brenda said, right, she be honest. So let's see. Oh, before we go into point number 3, let me go ahead and go into a commercial break. Let me go into a commercial break, y'all. We will be right back. Let me go on and play this commercial before I get talked about. I don't want to get talked about. We'll be right back.
Hey guys, I am Rita M. Green, owner of GoFig Co., a boutique digital marketing and project management firm. We specialize in email marketing, social media campaigns and management, website design, graphic design, email marketing, Dubsado setup, and more. Administrative tasks especially. We are here to take the hassle out of your hustle and just to get things done, period. So if you're in need of another set of hands, a second pair of eyes, or a fourth or a fifth or a sixth, we are here to assist you with all of your needs. Again, I'm Rita M. Green, owner of GoFig Co., and we would love to serve you, your business, and your brand. You can connect with me on Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn at GoFig. Go is spelled G-E-A-U-X-F-I-G. You can also see us online at www.gofig.com. Check out what we have to say, and also check out our blog where all of our articles that we post online are located. Plus, you can see our portfolio of completed works. We'd love for you to check those out as well. If you'd like to check with me, if you'd like to connect with me personally, I am Rita M. Green on LinkedIn. I hope you have a fantastic day. Go win the day. Go for the gold. And bye-bye.
Hey, boy, that's a bomb beat right there.
I was like, go Rita. Go
Rita. Well, look, y'all, that was GoFig Company. CEO is Rita Green. You can reach out to her if you need graphics done, need a website done, need anything done. Look, she does all my graphics. She does a lot of things for me. Yes, I pay her religiously on time every month. I get that invoice, I'm paying her, but she does amazing work, her and her team. So again, if you need something like that done, go to www.gofig.com. Again, that's www.gofig.com. GoFig Company CEO Rita M. Green.
What's up? White?
So, all right. So, Sylvia done jumped on up in here. What's up, Sylvia? Kimberly, hit that thrift store. I know that's right. So, let's get into point number 3.
Okay.
Point number 3 is be extra. So, well, you already know I'm extra. I'm extra all the time. People that follow me on social media know I'm extra about work. I'm extra about my partnership with you. Look, let me tell you something. I'm going to be your biggest cheerleader. So I'm team extra, Frank and Yolanda. And if you don't like it, oh, well, 2 tears in a bucket, but I'm not going to say that last word. I'm going to let you feel that space in. See, I told y'all, but look, I'm half whole and still a little half whole hood over here. Anyway, so let's go back. That's got to be all your editorial stuff there. I don't know what that is.
Okay. Let's see what we got here. Yeah.
You know how you always stop in the show every time you hear something. Jesus, help them, Lord.
It's me. I'm a producer, man. I hear stuff. I mean, like, what's going on here?
Anyways, whatever. Let's go back to being extra.
Being extra, I think it's all about because you're not there, you have to celebrate everything like you are there. So you be extra. You know, if your partner does something, accomplishes something, wins an award, gives out an award, anything that she does, anything that you do, I try to be extra in how I celebrate you. I think that is the powerful way that, you know, I can come and claim space and be what I need to be in your life, give you that energy and that motivation, extra energy, extra motivation to go out and just be successful in the world. But I feel like you have to be extra. It's got to be, especially when you're long distance, man, it's got to be a present hug. It can't be like an old hug, like I see you every day hug. It's got to be that I've been waiting for this hug for a long time, you know. So it's like you got to put your best foot forward in all of that.
Well, look, I'm gonna tell you right now, I want my bed hugs. Don't be trying to pat me on the back like I'm somebody, baby, because there will be a problem. Be like, come on here, Frank Nitty. I need my hug. You need to hold me for a second. Don't be trying to leave. Just hold me for a second because I hadn't seen you in weeks, right? And so that goes back to, again, you know, when we talk about surviving long distance relationship, if you ain't seen somebody for a minute, you got to be extra. You know, you want that extra long kiss, you want that extra long hug, you know, you want that extra long foot rub. Let me go and get that massage. I need them hands. I need you to touch me. You know what I'm saying? I need that extraness because I haven't gotten it for, you know, for a few weeks. So that's what we mean by being extra. You know, Lee talk about some. She's extra about extra. I sure am. I'm extra about my relationship. I'm extra about my friends. I'm extra about the people I mentor. I'm extra about my business. And guess what? Oh well, if you don't like me being extra, you can unfollow, you can delete, you can keep scrolling, carry on, as we say in the Air Force. So look, let's move on to point number 4. Okay. Are y'all ready for point number 4? So let me recap real quick about the first 3 points for the people that's just now tuning into us talking about surviving long distance relationships. Point number 1 was trust is imperative. You have to have trust in your relationship, you know, in order for it to work. And that trust has to be reciprocal. It has to work on both sides. Point number 2 is treat the relationship like you're there. So again, if you're in a long distance relationship or looking to be in a long distance relationship, you still have to treat it as if you're still in that same local vicinity of each other. You know, same decisions that you would make if you were still under the same roof. You know, being geographically separated shouldn't mean that you start having you have those separate decisions. You're still in a partnership. And then point number 3 is be extra. Extra, read all about it. Who was that? I'm trying to think. See, I'm like old school songs. I'm thinking about Midas Touch and all of those. Midas Touch.
I don't even think they played songs like that when you were growing up. I don't think the Gulf Coast got them songs in like 10 years after everybody else.
But look, my daddy raised me. I was raised up on all that old school stuff. So be quiet. So
I think the 70s, the songs from the 60s and 70s hit y'all in the 80s.
Whatever. All right. So now we're going to move on to point number 4. Point number 4 is communicate regularly and creatively. So again, number 4, communicate regularly and creatively. So when we talk about regularly and also creatively, what comes to mind when you think about that point right there, Frank?
The crazy stuff we do, like, you know, I might be at the office sitting at my desk, take a crazy picture, shoot it to you, be like, get up, what you doing? You know, just something crazy, just the little stuff we do. You got to be creative about it, you know, send a video, send a pic, send a text, say something out the way, off the wall, let her know you're thinking about her, you know, just do something for her, cash app him, you know what I mean? And just
love money. Go take my lunch. You know I like to eat, Lord. Y'all know I like to eat.
Yeah, surprise them every once in a while. I got lunch on me today.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Just little bitty things. If you hear them say things and they mention things, just go out of your way to make sure. Like I remember when you got them braces. It was right about the time you was on that swing too.
Ooh, Lord.
But I remember you calling me and us talking, and you had the phone on your bathroom counter, and you had this long floss trying to get this stuff out of your braces. I'm like, you got 18 more months to go with this. Oh my God. I said, man, I got to get her a water pick. Because I had heard Amari say that water pick was really good for her, I think. And so I was like, let me get her a water pick so she can make that easier. So she won't spend 2 hours in the bathroom cleaning out braces. That water pick can knock it out. So just being creative, not just about a little love stuff, but just practical stuff too, that you know they're going to need. Things like that. That's what I think about. I think that's what it covers.
Well, I'm gonna tell you, that water pick saved my life. Look, I went to my mom's house this past weekend and I left it. Oh no, let me see, the weekend before. I left the water pick, and let me tell you, the struggle was real. It was so real because I got so used to using that water pick, you know, and not having it. And you know, things when you don't have something that you used to having, man, it becomes rough, it becomes tough. But I want to say thank you, Dave. Thank you.
And you know, let me say this, because we think in terms of in your relationship that going that extra mile is like not even important to that person. I remember saying, let me order this thing. I ordered it. It came to the house. And then I think we were going to Florida. We were going to meet. And then we were going to go to Florida. It's for your birthday. And I packed it in my suitcase. And I was like, I looked at it and everything. I opened it up. I was looking at all the pieces. But I didn't know it was going to be such a blessing to you to make you, you know, something to really help you in your daily routine and rituals. So, yeah, those little bitty things when you feel like you don't want to make that extra step, go the extra mile, stop by the store, pick that thing up that you know they like. Those little things like that make a difference in a relationship.
Yeah, you know me, I'm gonna be creative. I'll sit here and create a TikTok for you in a minute and send it to you, you know, or I'll sit there and send a little video. I could be sitting here, I don't know, just doing nothing. I could be picking a booger in my nose. I don't know. And I'm gonna be like, look how big this booger was. No, I ain't do that for real, y'all, but I'm just saying.
But you had the potential to do that.
Right.
And
right.
I know that about you, and it's wonderful. You know what I mean?
Look, I would do something to catch you off guard in a minute, you know, but that's just me, you know, me being able to let my man know that I'm thinking about him, letting him know I love you. One of our things when it comes to our love language, you know, and I know it works both ways because I do it and he do it, is, you know, I'm always on YouTube, and every time a new song pops up and it's a song that speaks to me and it's about love or it's about a relationship, and if it made me feel some type of way, I take that same song and I send it to him and I be like, babe, listen to this. And literally, y'all want to see a pastor getting all his feelings? Look, he be all mushy, like, baby, that was so good. That touched me. But you know, but that's what you want your partner to.
I'm like that. That's how I'm built.
You want your partner to feel that way. You know, you want them to know, hey, she's thinking about me or he's thinking about me, you know. Or if it's something that I'm, you know, it happens to be a little video clip that I happen to see that had a good message in it, you know, I'll send it to you and vice versa. It could be something talking about a relationship. You know, you might be throwing some shade, but you might be throwing shade.
Sometimes I'll be like, let me get this shade and throw it right back.
But that's okay. You know, like Brenda said, it's the small things that you do for each other to keep the relationship going. Look, money.
You're so sweet. Man, we need about the clone you about 50 times.
I know that.
Tell Valerie McKnight Brooks, the preacher, the evangelist, I said, I don't mean no harm. But
that's an inside joke.
You got to be creative when it comes to your relationship.
Oh, Lord, I love Valerie. She's like, I don't mean no harm, brother.
When she get ready to get you, she always say, I don't mean no harm. Like,
that's right.
Let me set you up for this knockout punch.
Right. Exactly. So again, communicate regularly, and also make sure that you're being creative about how you communicate with each other. You never want to be in a relationship or a partnership where the conversation starts becoming dry, because when it starts becoming dry and you don't want to talk to each other, then that again leaves room for all kinds of other things to manifest that shouldn't manifest. And
that's just the reality of relationships, though. It's like if you're in a relationship, familiarity, it makes people not appreciate what they have, because they feel like, I'm gonna have this when I come back home. I'm gonna have this when I get back home. I'm gonna have this anytime I want it. I don't gotta say good morning to this person. I don't have to be fervent in prayer for this person. I don't have to do the things that I do, because it's always gonna be there. But we're finding out with COVID-19, people are losing their loved ones, and now they're like saying, I wish I had just told them one more time I love them, or told them. So, you got to be cool with that, because you can't let familiarity make you not value what you have. It's the same way when people buy cars, right? They buy a car, it come off the lot, it's spick and span, it's clean, it's waxed, it's tired. They don't want you eating in their car. They don't want you drinking in their car. Don't you let the potato chips go down beside my car, so, right? Hey, look, check them out 6 months later. Chips all in the back, all in the back windshield, in the front windshield, chips, banana peels, Funyuns all up in there. But that's what happened, because now you got used to driving the car. It is easy to have that mindset with a relationship. You always got to treat your relationship like it is precious. Yeah.
That's true. That's true.
I know I'm preaching. Y'all ain't got to say amen. I know I'm preaching right now.
Preaching, boy. I'm telling you. I hope y'all y'all getting something out of this. If you are, you can say yes, we getting something, or we, I don't know. Put whatever you want to put in the comments. But I'm hoping whatever we are giving you all are helping you. And if not, or it's something that you're already doing, you can pass it on to somebody else. So if you're just tuning in to the Dr. Yolanda Jerry Show, we're talking about surviving long distance relationships. Share this out with someone that you know that could be possibly in a long distance relationship, or just in a relationship period. We're just sharing our heart and sharing what we've learned along the way and what's been working for us. So Frank, point number 5, let's talk about point number 5. Point number 5 is stay honest with one another. That's and some people have a hard time with that. Point 5 is stay honest with one another. People have a hard time with being honest with one another. And I'm gonna just say, because and I know this, because it was hard for you to be honest with me in the beginning, about sharing certain things about yourself, for fear of thinking I might judge you, or it might push me away, or you might think that I might, back up and not want to be in this relationship. So let's talk about that. Let's talk about stay honest with one another.
Yeah, it's a big thing, man. Everything in the kingdom of God runs off truth and honesty. I mean, relationships thrive on honesty. When you are honest with a person, it really shows that you care about them, and that you respect them, and that your love is genuine. And, the funny thing is, honesty is not like really appreciated today. People sometimes would rather you just lie to them than tell them the truth, than to say, hey, that bothers me when you do that. I don't like that. Or there's something you're not telling me. There's a conversation we need to have that we haven't had yet. We need to have that conversation. We need to dig down to the root, because honesty is like roots in a relationship. And if you don't have those roots of honesty in your relationship, your tree will never flourish. It's never going to go anywhere, because every time you build something on a lie, it's going to die. So you might as well just be as honest as you can. Say, I did it. I didn't do it. I didn't come through. I failed on that. I made a mistake. You know what I mean? That's not, I know we talked about that, but I straight up forgot. You know what I mean? And so, or if a person's doing something you don't like, that you don't like, you just say, hey, can I talk to you about this? I'm going to talk to you, and take those risks. But I've decided in my life to be like, I'm going to be 100% honest with her all the time. Be like, hey, I just got to talk to you about this. I don't even know how you're going to take it. I don't even know how you're going to take it, but I just want to tell you how I'm feeling as your man. I'm going to tell you what's up.
I'm sorry.
See, wow. I don't mean no harm. I know you're just taking them walls in there, Valerie.
Valerie said, like Kenneth Brooks, her husband, be talking about her snoring. Look, hey, at least he be honest with you. He could have said that he could put a pillow over your face and be like, stop, girl.
Right.
No.
But to be in a relationship, the potential for one of y'all to snore is there.
Right.
Or for one of y'all to have certain issues about different things is there.
Right.
Or to have a child with problems, especially when you're trying to blend families. So you come into the relationship, a long distance relationship, you gotta pay more attention to those kind of conversations. You got to be like, we really have to talk about that, because you have had a whole entire life where you've been thinking here and I've been thinking here, and we got to find a way to cover that 600-700 miles and think alike.
You're right. And being honest means it doesn't matter whether you're talking about your insecurities, because at times, sometimes we may feel insecure. So we have to reassure our partner that we are secure together, right? You need to talk about those fears. Even if there's some jealousy, everybody has a little bit of jealousy in them, right? Which you don't want to happen. That jealousy goes too far to where it damages the relationship. You want to also talk about past traumas. That's being honest. Everybody has had some type of trauma in their life. Nobody can tell me. I haven't ran across one person yet that has said they haven't had no trauma in their life. But those traumas could filter over into your relationship. Right. And you have to know how to work through that trauma and to make sure that that this is not something that's going to hinder my relationship. For perfect example, I've been through domestic violence. There are certain things that would trigger me, that I have to tell you, that would trigger me and put me to a different place. Not because, I want to go in that space, but it's a trigger for me. So you have to know how to handle that, or, do your best to not take me down that road. Same thing with you being abandoned, right? When you were young, I have to know that, they're going to be
certain things you can't say to me.
Yeah, there's certain things that
set me off in my thinking, and I'm gonna be like, so what you mean by that?
Right. And
we ain't going there.
Right. And he's being honest, y'all. There's certain things, that I might say that could trigger him to where he would think, what do you mean? And what does he mean by what do you mean? He may think that I might be leaving him, or I might be thinking about abandoning a relationship. And I don't never want him to feel that way. But those things do happen. So we have to make sure that we keep that kind of stuff in check. So that all falls into place when we talk about being honest with each other. We have to be vulnerable with each other and know that if we're in this relationship together, we are also in a safe space where we can share this honesty with each other.
And Kay Duplessis says, did y'all relationship start off long distance? And if so, was it hard? Yeah, it started off long distance. It wasn't as hard as I thought it was going to be in the beginning. But as you get more around each other and you begin to be in love with one another, then that's when it gets tough. So we had this little way. We just say, hey, every other month I'll either come in there, or she come in here 4 or 5 days. That's how we work it out.
Right.
But it gets tougher the more you want to be together. It gets tougher, but it's not so tough that it's not like I can't do this. It's
right.
Tough because you pine in a way to be around that person.
Right.
But it's not a bad tough. It's a good tough.
Right.
When you see them, you're gonna be really appreciative to see them. So we started out that way.
Right. So I agree. Relationships may start out as tough, and again, even going through this long distance relationship, it's not tough in a bad way, as Frank mentioned. It's just tough because we know that we desire to be with this person like right now, but we can't be with that person right now. So we find other ways to cope, and deal with things along the way till we know that we're going to see each other again. And one of those things that help with that, Kay, is making sure that you're planning. Hey, we know for sure we're going to see each other once a month. you know,
Mm-hmm.
and it, you know, we know that we're going to see each other the first of the month or the second of the month, the third of the month. And sometimes things happen. You might have to switch up those days, but we make sure that we plan that accordingly. So that way we don't miss and we don't, you know, put ourselves in a position where we go months and months without seeing each other.
Yeah. Yeah. Lee, right. You talk about it. Say, Miss K, you're welcome. We wanted to respond because I think it's absolutely important that people understand being in a long distance relationship. If you really care about this person, you're supposed to want to see them, and you're supposed to miss them.
Right.
You know what I mean? And it's cool. It's cool to miss them. It's the same way that God feels about us. He says, I had a relationship with man. Sin came and just tore it up. And now I pine for man. I sent my son just to fix the relationship. And it's the same thing. You can't control who you love in the sense of I met her. We talked on the phone. Next thing you know, it just began to blossom and to happen. And now I long to see her. I want to talk to her. I want to be around her. I'm going to prefer her. I'm going to honor her. I'm going to always entertain her. I'm going to always let her know that I want you here. I don't just love you and need you. I want you around.
Right.
So those are the things that you have to do in a relationship. And just because you're a long ways off, you shouldn't close yourself off to the possibilities of what could happen being in a relationship with a person that you really want to be with, because there's nothing worse. Now, there's some people I'm sure that I could be in North Carolina kicking it with right now, but I would be thinking about her.
Right.
Feel me? And
like Lee talk about something, boy, I got my pen and paper. I sure hope you do, so you can get ready to go ahead and write that story for that next book. Anyway, let me go back. I want to go back to Sylvia's comment and her question. It said, honesty, I feel, starts with your self-assessment, and then you can be honest with your partner. What do you think?
Agree. She's on point. I mean, I got to first love myself. I got to first be honest with myself about where I am, my good pieces, my bad pieces, my everything. I got this thing I started saying about maybe 10 years ago. I would say, like, I know I'm not perfect and I ain't worried about it, because I know God will perfect that which concerns me. He will put me in different scenarios to bring out the best in me and to build me and to put his signet or his imprint, his character on me. He'll let me go through some things.
Right.
And, you know, one of the things that some of the things I've been through prepared me for Yolanda.
Hallelujah.
So when I got to her, I was ready.
Lord, I can't wait to tell y'all that story of how he got me, though. That's gonna be for another show. So we'll tell y'all how that happened at a later time. But anyway, I'm going to go to another commercial, and then we're going to come back, and then we're going to jump into point number 6. Today, our show is going to be a little over, an hour, because we want to make sure that we got our points across to you all, and you all were able to receive it. And then not only that, answer any questions that you all may have. So bear with us as we continue to get through this. We have 2 more points to go, and then we'll ask questions, and then we'll conclude the show, of course, with Frank closing us out. So stay tuned. I'll be right back.
Dr. Yolanda Jerry is excited to announce her next anthology, My Walk Past Hell, Volume 2, The Men. This time it's all about the men. Men walk past hell just like women. The My Walk Past Hell anthology was an amazing experience for all of the women co-authors. They let out their innermost experiences and got a lot off of their chest. Many lives were changed, and most importantly, their stories led to deeper healing, and they became #1 bestsellers. That's why Dr. Jerry is offering this opportunity to the men. Young or old, it doesn't matter. Your story deserves to be told, and you can change someone's life with simple words on a page. It's time to be heard. The world is waiting on you. Book your author spot today at hiswalkpasthell.com. That's www.hiswalkpasthell.com.
Now, I'm going to go ahead and say this because there's some men on here and there's some women on here.
Yeah.
Go ahead and recommend that man for this project.
Right. Yeah.
Because let me tell you something. Yes, volume 1 was powerful. Women are more vocal than men nowadays, but we need men to come forward with their story to start being voices, because there's so much going on in this world. Children are taking their lives, they're committing suicide, you know, they're going through abuse, they're suffering in silence, just as men are, you know. And so what better way to be able to impact the younger people and the younger generation if we had men come together to share what they've gone through and show, hey, although I went through all of this hell, I walked past it. Now I'm out here doing this, and this. I'm thriving. I got my business. I got my nonprofit. I got my own DJ business. I mean, Lee Wright, he's a co-author that signed on to be a part of this project. He has a powerful story. He's been my BFF for 25 years, you know. So, again, if you know somebody that who would have a good story, a powerful story to tell, have them go to www.hiswalkpasthell.com to go ahead and register, and then I'll reach out to them and we can take it from there. So again, My Walk Past Hell Anthology, volume number 2. Pastor Frank is also the forward author for this project as well.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's going to be a great book. I think, man, if you're out there and it's something that you want to get it out and, you know, get that healing and begin that healing journey, just come on, write your story, man. And as you write it, man, I trust that God is just going to do something incredible inside of you. I noticed that when I write stuff down, it lights a fire inside of me. So, you know, this is a great opportunity to share your heart.
It is. Oh, and by the way, I forgot to mention that earlier. Y'all see who that voice is on that commercial, right? I got support, y'all. Let me tell you, my man supports me. If you don't have a man to support you, you need to go and get you another man. No, let me stop.
There you go.
But seriously, that is his voice on that commercial. If you heard the song in the beginning of my show every week on Thursdays, that is Frank Henderson, who is singing that song for my intro every week on that. Yeah. So again, if you didn't know who that guy was and you was trying to figure out who sung that song in the beginning of my show, that is also Frank Henderson. So now the cat's out the bag.
I used to be a singer in my day. I still sing a little bit.
He's still singing. I'm trying to get him to come back. Y'all know he all about that quartet. We're going to get you hooked up with Lee Wright. He got all of the production stuff. We're going to make it happen. Come on, Lee. We got to get him back in the studio.
I have produced some quartet records, but I ain't never sang it. Yeah. Yeah.
All right. So let's get into point number 6. Point number 6, you know, point number 6, this is one of my ones that I believe that people should take seriously in a relationship, because it's all about showing love for each other. So point number 6 in surviving long distance relationships, or just any relationship in general, is gift a personal object. Gift, G-I-F-T, a personal object to your partner. And so you're probably saying, what do you mean a personal object? Let me tell you, I'm going to let Frank tell you why it's so important to gift your partner a personal object.
I think it's a way that you connect with them. And it's a way you can learn to self-soothe as well. Like, for instance, one of the things we did, I went to my first NBA game with Yolanda. And so we were down there. I was like hyped. I was like, oh, there goes Zion. There goes Zoe. They go B, Ingram, B.I. And, you know, I'm right here in Carolina, you know, the greatest basketball player of all time for Carolina. But I never went to a pro game. I never just took the time, you know, because I was busy and just to go to one. And so we were down there. We went down there and we saw the Pelicans. And we were walking around and people in there dancing and, you know, tubas going, horns going, they're getting it in New Orleans now. And it was crazy. It was like a party. I mean, it was like a party. And I remember we were in the hat shop. And, you know, me, I had never spent, I'm going to be honest, over $5 for a hat.
How much?
Over $5. I go in the store, I buy the hats at the convenience store. The baseball hat, $5. That's what I do. I got a black, blue, brown, white, gray. I got them all, navy blue. And so I go in there and there's this Pelicans hat. And she's like, let's get this hat. And I looked, I said, man, I wish I would pay $30 for a hat. She's like, give me that hat. You gonna get this hat. And she bought that hat. It's hanging up behind me right now. But I wear that hat a lot because it connects me to her. So when you see me with that Pelicans hat on, that's me. That's me honoring my girl. That's my way of showing her. That's my big kiss to her from here. So I love hats. I love the fact how we connect around that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can go and tell him I got that watch too.
Oh yeah, you did. It's Michael Kors right here. Don't play. I had this on at work today, looking all professional. They was like, "Who do you think he is?" Setting up to run this joint.
That's right. You know, I wish I would have brought him in here. I should have had him with me. You know, gifts are so important. You know, because again, it reminds you, you know, and it may, you know, we can buy gifts all day, every day, but you want it to be a purpose and a reason for that gift that you're getting for that person, that object. You know, the last time that Frank and I got the opportunity to see each other, he gave me he gave me this little unicorn.
Yeah.
And he was so cute with these little beady eyes, you know, he was so colorful. And
like he crying.
Right, and he had cologne on him too as well, you know. So, you know, but to have that unicorn, I literally keep that unicorn in my room by my nightstand. And sometimes even when I get on the road and I travel, you know, I have that unicorn in the vehicle with me because it was something that he gave to me from the heart. But it's, for me, it's an original piece from him. You know, I know some when I posted, you know, the name of my unicorn is Nitty. You know, Frank Nitty is his nickname, but I named my unicorn Nitty. But I posted him on social media, and people were saying, my daughter got that same unicorn, or I got that same, or I got 2 or 3 of them, you know, but to know that other people share that same love too as well, right. You know, that they love certain things like that. But for me, it's a gift of love, and knowing that every time I look at the unicorn, that's reminding me of the love that I have with Frank, and it lets me still feel close to him, you know, as if he was here. You know, I don't beat him up now. I don't beat Frank Nitty up when I get, you know, when Frank make me mad sometimes. I don't beat Nitty now. I don't beat him up, you know. But it's a reminder, and I'm thankful for that little gift, you know. So it's the little things, you know. It doesn't have to be something that costs hundreds and hundreds of dollars. It could be something real, real small, you know. Another thing that I got for Frank, you know, I love giving gifts. That, you know, it is what it is. People know me. I love to give gifts. It's just showing a token of appreciation or showing my love. Or if somebody's having a hard day, you know, I just want to let them know that they're loved. But there was one thing that I got from I don't know if what was it? Oh, the Keurig. I got him. Let me tell you, he loves to drink coffee. And let me tell you, sometimes you got to graduate. Sometimes you just got to graduate. Sometimes you just gotta graduate from that old coffee.
I remember now. We going back, but I remember I was going to get coffee every day. You'd be like, "What are you doing?" I said, "I'm going out to the store to get me some coffee." She sent me that Keurig.
And I'm like, why you keep going? I say, you could go and I say, you spending $3, was it almost $4 on a cup of coffee, wasting gas, going down the street to get this coffee every day. That adds up. When you can just go in, when you can just have a Keurig, get your little cream, your little flavored cream, get your box of community coffee, and you can have your own little coffee, you know, your little flavored coffee every day. I don't know how many times a day if you want, you know, instead of spending that money in that gas, to just go to the gas station and get that old nasty coffee.
Look who's here, man.
Look at my daughter. We love coffee. My daughter knows she got her Keurig. That girl, look, my daughter knows the iced coffee. She done taught me something new with the whipped cream on it and everything. She getting down with the coffee. But yes, we do love coffee. That's absolutely right. So again, it's the gifting, you know, the love gift object that you want to make sure that you're giving to your partner.
Let me say something else. Can I say something about gifting people stuff? It's not only the fact that you give them a gift, it's how you give it to them. It's how you give it to them. You got to give it to them with a lot of love. It's got to be like, even if it ain't in the package, it's got to be wrapped in love. You know, you got to be like, hey, I got something for you. I was thinking about you right here. Because I remember you getting in the car. I had picked you up at the airport. You got in the car. I had bought him, and then I set him up there on the thing. And you was like, what's that? I said, oh, I got that for you. I said, yeah, I got that for you. Smell him. He was like, oh, yeah, because I wear these oils sometimes. So I was like, yeah, it was sweet. And then the last time I was at your place, I remember seeing him. I smelled him. I was like, boy, I'm all up in here. I'm all
That's right. You go, hey, it won't be no cheating over here because somebody gonna be like, oh, what man you got over here? Frank is all over my house, okay? There's no hiding it. So it is what it is. But look, just to close out on that point number 6, when it comes to gift a personal object, what I really want people to understand too is this. You know, that gift reminds you of your loved one. And as you get older, you know, and I've seen this with people that may have dementia or people that may have, you know, may suffer from some type of trauma, and they have to have things to remind them of who the person is in their life. These little things can remind them of who you are, you know, because, you know, there'll be tough times, or you might have rough times, or there may be times where your mind might fail you. But when you look at that object and you holding on to something that was given to you, it'll help you remember who that loved one is and why you love one another. So that's the takeaway that I want to make sure people understand is it is a reminder of why you love that person, or it can trigger something in your mind to remember who that person is to you.
Yeah. Beautiful. Beautiful. Are we on point? We going to point 7?
All right, y'all. So we going to our last point number 7. We taking it home. We're taking it home.
Right.
We taking it home. And that last point is continue to date regularly.
Yeah.
And people say, how you do that? How you gonna date? And you in a long distance relationship. He over in North Carolina and you in Mississippi. How in the heck y'all gonna date? What do you mean date? Y'all can only date when y'all together. Lies. The devil is a liar.
Did you say lies?
I did. I'm just gonna say lies.
Yeah.
So go on, Frank. Go on. Let them know how we.
You know,
do.
the beautiful part of it is you actually can date, and you know we talk about that stuff all the time. But we just had a date the other night. We sat back and watched Black Love. We were watching Black Love. What we were using it in StreamYard. We were watching Black Love. I'm down on the screen. She on the screen to the side. Black Love right there. We watched a lot of stuff. We watched Darius Daniels. We watched all kinds of stuff. Whatever we felt like we wanted to watch, that's what we did. We kept it whatever it was in the moment. We didn't have to say it's got to be a love story or it's got to be an action. We just said, well, what do you feel like watching? And we would just watch it and that kind of thing and have those conversations. I'll be like, hey, get you a glass of wine. We're going to have a conversation. You know what I mean? And we would do that. And I think it makes it really special when that person is taking time and y'all sit back and y'all like, hey, we're just gonna watch this tonight. Or we're gonna then we go, here go the good part. What did you get from that?
Oh,
then
yeah.
all kind of stuff started popping then because you recognize slowly but surely you're growing as a man and a woman, you're growing. And I think that's powerful. It's
true. You know, like Brenda, you know, I put a comment about before, but she said we can watch movies over the phone and computer. Screen sharing is a wonderful thing. Absolutely, screen sharing is a wonderful thing. You know, and it's not even just in watching a movie. You know, you can go to, I don't know if y'all know this, but you can go to an art gallery together and look at beautiful art online, you know, and screen share as if you were at an art exhibit. You know, you can do that. I mean, the other thing is people know I love music. So look, we can set up this phone, set up this computer or this iPad, turn on some music, you know what I mean? And look, we can go to town. We be like, hey, y'all see Pastor Frank, he was on the screen earlier talking about something, hey, you know, but be creative in dating each other. You know, that's so important, whether you're watching it on the screen or whether you're dancing, you know, whether you on your phone and you know, video chatting with each other while you're doing it. You can cook together, be like, hey, let's make this recipe together, or I'm a cook. You know, you can give me some, you know, you can talk about whether they look good or don't look good. You know, be creative in your dating, and trust me, continue to date regularly. You can date and not have to physically be with that person. Now, when you with that person and you go visit them, be like, look, I want a 4-course meal. I want to go to the park. We're going to get our walk in because we got to walk off all this food. And look, I love to eat, y'all. There's no denying I love to eat. And I also love ice cream. So we're going to Cold Stone so I can go and get me, you know, my founder's favorite ice cream, you know, those kind of things. But continue to date, you know, And
just have fun with it. Yeah.
You got to have fun with it. And that's just not even, just in a long distance relationship, but in a regular relationship, what I've seen in the, and even in my previous relationship, people get so comfortable with each other, to the point to where it's like, you're in the same house.
You'll forget how special that person is.
Right. You come in, you're going, you're working, and all it is like y'all two roommates living under the same roof. I don't want to be that roommate. When I come home, I want a big sloppy kiss. You know what I'm saying? If nobody know who cooking, we both cooking, right? We both in the kitchen, vice versa, but we're going to make it to where it's always some kind of flame that's lit in a relationship, because if you don't keep that spark going, your relationship is going to fade. And once it starts fading, it is hard to come back from that. And sometimes people don't come back.
Yeah, because choosing to date regularly is simply a decision. And I believe that, and I learned this like 20 years ago, love, the feeling, is the fruit or the evidence of love, the action. Like, for instance, let's say, y'all not feeling each other. You at the movies, it's just regular. You want some popcorn? Nah, I don't want no popcorn. Everybody chilling. You over there smacking on popcorn. She's smacking on a hot dog and some M&Ms. Ain't nobody saying nothing. Ain't nobody got no leg on nobody. Ain't nobody got no hand on nobody. But watch me. I promise you. Reach over there and grab that hand. You start, that feeling comes.
That's right.
You got to act and then you feel.
Right.
You act and then you feel. And that's what it's all about. God let signs and wonders follow what you do. And if you want to feel love, you got to act it out. Love is a verb. You get the feeling after you do the action. And I believe that's important. And can I say one thing I feel like the Lord put on my heart? And, I don't try to be preachy all the time at all. I have so grown out of that. But I feel like the Lord put in my heart to say this to y'all, and to say this to anybody that's checking out the replay, whether you're in a relationship in the same city or a couple of towns over or across the world. God is saying, let me shrink the world. Let me shrink the world. See, I would have never thought that I could be in love with a girl from Mississippi, because I don't think that's too far. I'm the guy that wouldn't drive 10 minutes to go see nobody. And this girl is 600 and something miles away from me. And I'm crazy about it because I let God shrink the world. Social media, he was an avenue and a tool he used to let me see her. And then we became friends. And next thing you know, I'm on a plane. I started learning that, people aren't far away from you at all. If you're in North Carolina and you got somebody in Dallas you want to go to see, you're talking 2 hours, buddy. You can be there. Let God shrink the world. You see what I mean? So that's what I feel like I hear him saying. Like, stop being afraid of a long distance relationship and how far somebody lives and how you can't put your hands on them like you want to, and you can't control what they doing and where they going and who they talking to. Lose all those fears and let God just shrink the world for you. And when he shrinks the world for you, he can do something special, because those little things you're trying to do in your little local vicinity and proximity is hurting you. It's hurting you to see that person every day, all day. It's hurting your relationship. So what you got to do is you got to say, you know what? Let me give God the space and let me receive his grace to let this thing grow at his pace.
Ooh, you always preaching, boy.
Did you hear that? Did you hear that?
Y'all see what I be dealing with? Y'all don't understand. I deal with this on a regular basis. Y'all only getting a little bit of what he be saying. I get this every day. He teaching me something every day. He's speaking life into me every day. He's speaking wisdom into me every day. But let me tell you, he get the same thing from me too. Because we both have different views on things, and sometimes our mind be so focused on how we do things, and we don't see that there's a better way or another way to do it. So he just gave y'all something. He didn't drop the mic. Drop the mic, boy.
To God be the glory.
Well, look, I'm going to ask if any of you all have any questions before we, conclude the show tonight. If any questions you want to ask us at this time, go ahead and drop them in the chat and we'll try to answer them for you. I just want to say that, on behalf of Frank and I, we just appreciate you all just tuning in. allowing us to share our hearts with you, allowing us to share what we have learned along the way and what's been working for us. And hopefully it's of value, you know, to you or someone you may know who may be, you know, thinking about being in a long distance relationship and who are afraid of being in a long distance relationship. And as Frank mentioned, he said, let God shrink the world. Let him shrink the world. You can be in Timbuktu and I could be down in the Gulf of Mexico. If it's God's will, he gonna shrink it for you. He gonna make it work. You just gotta let him have it.
You know, the beautiful thing that I wanted to say too is, like, sometimes the difficult days that you have with people, if you don't read those days right, you'll see those days as confusion and conflict. And you have to remember that God will use confusion. He will use conflict. He will use stress. He will use difficulty to get you where you need to be. Sometimes people get in relationships and iron begins to sharpen iron, and they think that's the devil. That ain't the devil, that's God. That's God trying to get you where you need to be.
Right.
He's saying, oh, you think you smart. I'm going to level you up, though. I'm going to put you around people that's going to level you up. And so I was thinking the other day that if a basketball player hits 1 out of 2 shots, he's shooting 50%, he's going to the Hall of Fame. If Tom Brady completes 7 out of 10 passes this year, that's 70% completion rate. We already know TB12 is going to the Hall of Fame. If a baseball player hits the baseball and gets on base 3 times out of 10, he's batting 300, he's going to the Hall of Fame. So you had 2 or 3 rough days in a month, and you want to call it quits. You got 30 days in a month. So you had 27 great days, 3 bad days, and now you don't know what you want to do.
Stop.
That's 10% of the month where you had a tough time with somebody that lives in another state or that lives right by you. And I'm saying that's 90% of the time y'all doing good, and that little 10% gonna make you quit and walk. We all gotta learn how to grow. That's one thing God has done by having Yolanda in my life. He's shown me, man, I gotta grow you. I got to get you out of that church boy stuff you in. You such a church boy. I didn't see nothing outside of me pastoring, because when you pastor, you're in a bubble, because you got this, the sheepfold, this is these people in this, and this is what I do, and I got to care for them, but you never get outside that bubble. So it's limiting. And what you have to do is learn how to pastor in that bubble, and at the same time, walk out of that bubble and live too. And so God used her to help me with that. That's the, I'm taking planes, I'm chilling. I'm out there at the pavilion the other day, man. Everybody, man, it's fun. I done walked the beach. We just been chilling, things that I never did. It was just crazy. Hey, Aisha, we working on that. We working on that stuff as we speak, because you can tell them about our page, man. I know we got to go. I talk too much, but you can tell them about our page, and just to stay tuned there.
Yeah. So, yeah, y'all, I always say, let me just say this. Don't catch feelings, catch flight. So get out of your feelings and get on that plane.
Tell them, baby, don't catch feelings, catch flights.
So if you want to be in a long distance relationship, get out your feelings, man, and get on that flight and go see that man or that woman if you want to be with them. Yeah. Stop getting in your feelings.
And one thing I will say, that when I started knowing how I felt about Yolanda, I said, now I don't know what our relationship is going to do. I don't know where we're going to be a year from now, 2 years from now. But today I know I can promise you I'll walk it out. I'll walk it out to the end. Even if at the end you say it ain't for me, or I say it ain't for me, or whatever. So I bought these rings. This is a promise ring I got on my hand. She got one on hers. Yep.
Another gift of love, an object of love.
She never take hers off. I take mine off in the shower.
No, I don't take mine off. I wash or wipe my butt and everything with this ring. It don't never come off.
That is New Orleans right there. And I remember I lost it. I lost the one I had. It fell into a sock drawer, and I didn't know it was in there. So I went and bought another one. I won't go have it. I went and bought another one to make sure she understood I was serious about my promise to her. So we were walking it out, and we got a goal where we want to be, and y'all just keep praying for us that God take us all the way there so that we can be that. But it's an honor. It's been an honor to be on the show with you, babe. You know, it's incredible hanging with you all the time, and I just think you're so smart. I think you got a lot of purpose and favor on your life, and I just see how people love you. You know, I'm honored to be in your life, and I just wish the best of the best of the best for you in every way. Every single day, man. I see how you love God. I see how you love your mama and your daughter. I see that every day. That shows me a lot. I mean, we done been to the cemetery to visit your father's grave. You know, that stuff I never did. My dad been dead since 2004. I don't even know where he buried at. I didn't grow up with him, but I've been out there with you. I seen you, what you do. I just seen so much, and you know, it's been life changing for me. So I thank God for this show that you do every week, helping people to get their story out, these anthologies, the people you got in your life like Kern and all of them, and Rita, these great people, Brenda and Paula and all of them. And y'all, you just got something really going on. You got a lot of favor on your life, and don't let nothing deter that. I'm always be on your side.
Oh, I was about to say, even you ain't about to deter that. No, I'm just playing.
I always tell her that some things you don't have to say. I always tell her that. You don't have
to say. Look, you know I ain't got nothing but love for your nitty. I ain't got nothing but love for your nitty. Look. So thank y'all for tuning in. Look, Lisa, y'all ain't going nowhere. I got your phone number in my phone. It's a lot. Well, that's true. Y'all,
man. I wasn't saying I was going nowhere. Don't nobody take that wrong. But yeah, definitely.
Aisha says, I love y'all relationship. Anna Bold, and that's Science Mom. She says marriage is coming. Oh, y'all don't know. It's already planned. Y'all just don't know the date yet. Y'all relationship is a beautiful thing and inspiring. Thank you, Kay. Kimberly says, y'all just amazing. Glory. Brenda, that's it. Dr. Jerry's trap. Yeah. My cousin.
Y'all got no sense. Ain't none of y'all. All of y'all is crazy. Crazy just attract crazy. I'm telling you, bro. All of y'all. Wow.
Hey, my people love me and I love them. Look,
but it's good crazy.
It is
good crazy.
My cousin, I love you, cuz, out of Wisconsin. My friend Sylvia, her and her husband has been married for a very long time, and she's someone that I look up to. I'd like for you to meet her and her husband one day. They're up in the Maryland area.
We can definitely work.
Everybody didn't make the phone, bro. That's right.
I know, man. I'm just so honored, Mr. Lee. Just so honored. Yes, I am.
Well, look, we could talk forever. If you all want us to come back and talk about another topic, let us know. Maybe I can get Frank on to jump on, my show once a quarter or once a month, where him and I have conversations about more topics. When it comes to relationships, just let us know and we'll share what we can with you guys. But before we end the show, I just want to say again, thank you so much for tuning in. I do have a message that I want to show you that Pastor Frank has put out on TikTok, but I wanted to share it here with you all because he talks about your story. Now, your story can be your personal story. It can be your relationship story. It can be whatever story it is, but I just want to share this with you, and hopefully his message sinks in and you be able to eat it and digest it, and maybe you receive something from it tonight before we end the show. So let me go ahead and pull that video up, and then we'll get ready to close out afterwards.
What it is, God's people, it's your boy, Frank Henderson. Look, I want to talk to you about something again. I get these little wild ideas every once in a while. I was thinking about something today. I was thinking about how, just like me, you're probably an anomaly. I thought about the things I've been through, how I grew up without a father, multiple marriages, divorce. Yeah, but I'm still standing. Got a good mind, got a good heart, loving God, excited about my life and purpose, loving my kids, really seeing how God has given me beautiful ashes. See, I think that everything that we go through is unique to us. I was thinking about it today. I was like, it's unique to us. It's like Jonah being swallowed by a great fish or whale was unique to him. Joseph being thrown into a pit was unique to him. We all have a unique story. God designed our story just for us so that we could tell people what could happen if we trust him. If we make him our priority and our chief joy, he'll give us those beautiful ashes. I like the way David wrote, many are the afflictions of the righteous, comma, but the Lord delivers him out of them all. Yeah. Weeping may endure for a night, comma, but joy is going to come in the morning. You know, it's like sometimes you just got to say, you know what? I'm good. I woke up one day, I was like, I ain't mad at nobody. I ain't got no, I ain't holding no grudges. I ain't talking about nobody. I'm straight. God is blessing me, man. Gave me a new love. Planting a new church. Your boy's doing good. But I had to live that story. And you got to live your story. And you can't be ashamed of it. You just got to rock with it. Your story is going to give God glory. I love you. Peace.
I like that guy. I like that guy. I like him. I like him. He has grown so much.
I bet you do.
I like him.
Bet you do. Well, great message. I hope you all received that message well. We're going to go ahead and conclude the show. I'm going to ask that you all continue to tune into the Dr. Yolanda Jerry Show. I air every Thursday at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Be sure to follow Pastor Frank and I at Epic Fellowship Church. I dropped the comment, www.epicfc.org is our website for the church. We will be launching the brick and mortar March 2022, but you can actually go to our Facebook page, Epic Fellowship Church, and follow us. We actually have service online every Sunday night at 7:30 Eastern Standard Time, 6:30 Central Standard Time. And also, we also have our public fan page where we're dropping everything about our journey also as well on Facebook and Instagram. You can follow us on Facebook, at www.facebook.com/Frank and Yolanda. That's where we drop a lot of our information too as well, graphics, just sharing our journey. We're just being transparent with you guys with our life. So be sure to follow us on Facebook and Instagram. And again, Epic Fellowship Church, www.epicfc.org. Other than that, that's all I have. The last thing that I do have is I'm going to ask you, as always, because it's time to go. But every time I have Frank Henderson on my show or anytime we're doing anything, I always ask him to pray us out. So can you please go ahead and pray us out? And that will be it.
It will be an honor. Father, we thank you for tonight and all that was said and done. Thank you for the love that just goes from heart to heart, mind to mind, breast to breast. We thank you for it. Thank you for shrinking the world for us. Thank you for giving us a willing heart and mind to open ourselves up to long distance relationships. Your will, your wisdom, your way, your rhythm, your purpose. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Thank y'all for tuning in. And of course, Pastor Frank and I'll be back another time, another day. But until then, continue to rock with us on the Dr. Yolanda Jerry Show. Next week, my guest will be Nicoya Tyson, and I'm excited about what she's going to be bringing to the forefront. So love you guys. If nobody has told you, if nobody's told you, you'll know. I always say I love you and God loves you too. So take care and see you again next Thursday.